Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Serena, and in today's video we are sewing up my 2023 Christmas dress. This is one of my favorite makes of the year. I never really know what it is that I want to make until the season comes around, and I usually try and go very whimsical. So this year I was inspired at the very last minute to make a dress or garment inspired by vintage shrimp cocktail, and I'll post up the exact photo here. A friend of mine shared this photo with me and said, hey, this would be a really cute hat. And then I thought, you're actually right, but if it makes a good hat, then I'm gonna need a matching dress. So we're going to make that today. For today's dress, I will be using Gertie's Liz Bodice, and I will be accompanying it with a true vintage skirt. It was actually a dress, but I just used the skirt part of the pattern. So thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday if you are celebrating. And if not, I hope you have a restful season. Thank you guys so much. Let's get into the video. For the main fabric, I went with the silver lame fabric. This is supposed to represent the platter that your appetizers would sit on, or at least that's what I hoped it would look like. And then, of course, because the example had a lot of lettuce as the background to the shrimp, I went ahead and got some artificial lettuce in two different colors. We have the classic green and the purple lettuce as well. The lettuce will be on the bust of the dress, and the shrimp hasn't gotten here, so I'll show you that later. Starting with the bodice pieces, I cut all of those pieces out twice, once in the silver fabric and then again in a dark brown fabric. Dark brown will help reflect the silver better than a lighter color, so that's why I chose that as a base. I pin all of the like pieces together, and then I stay stitched them, making each piece one. Once all of the pieces have been interlined and it's no longer see-through, then you move forward as usual, putting the pieces together of the bodice right sides together, like the instructions say. This is the second time that I'm going with a more artsy play on this bodice. I did it once before last year for a spring daffodil bust, and so now I'm doing it again and going a little bit more daring with this one, and I'm super excited to see how it turns out. I feel like the shelf bust lends itself really well for 3D effects. Now that the main bodice pieces are put together, it's time to move on to the bra cups. In this case, I would usually add some foam cups to the bra so that way I can have more padding since I do have a more flat chest. But because I'm going to be adding a 3D element, it's no longer necessary, so I really like that. The bodice will be fully lined and the skirt will be French seamed, but you do need to clip the corners on the rounded edge of the bra cup, so I just speed things up by using pinking shears. Then I take it over to my ironing board and press out all of those seams because you want everything to be nice and smooth. I usually skip this process when filming, but I do press all of my seams as I sew, and I use a breast ham to do it. You will make the bra cups twice, so one for the main fabric and then the other for the lining. But before adding the lining, you want to work with the first layer separate because you need to add your lettuce on now or whatever 3D details you want now, so that way the stitches are hidden by the lining. I don't know how much of this lettuce I will need, so I start off with just two heads for now, one in the green and one of the purple, and then I cut all of the leaves off. I think the leaves in the actual appetizer is kale, but I didn't find a faux kale, and certainly not anything that would get here in time for this project, so I just had to move forward with lettuce, which I think is comparable. So now you need to mark with chalk the seam allowance to make sure that you don't go over the seam allowance when you sew your leaves on, because you want to stay within that border. I cut the heavy center stem off of each of the leaves so that way I don't have to run my needle through it, but also because I wanted to be able to bend it and manipulate it onto the bust. I wasn't sure how I was going to get a nice like layered gradient effect without it being open like a little bowl on the bust, but I knew I wanted it to be more ruffly, kind of like the kale, so I felt like the best way to do that would be to kind of fold it and sew across the bottom so that way the top stayed ruffled. I will be sewing all of these pieces on. I'm sure you could use glue, but I feel like sewing will be more secure, and that's what I feel the most comfortable with, and it's not going to be as time consuming as when I did the floral bust because I won't be doing it by hand. Here I am playing with the position to finalize my decision, and you can see that it doesn't lay very well when you leave it open, so I decided to test out my design of putting it flat and kind of overlapping it, and I think this is the best way to do it so the top stays kind of ruffly in 3D and comes off of the bust a bit. So that's what we're going to go with. To make things a little bit more simple, I pinned 2 leaves together with purple on the right and green on the left, so that way I can alternate them in a gradient on the bust. So I just made a couple sets of these and did some straight stitches until they were in pairs, and then I moved on to attaching them to the bust. As I sew the lettuce to the bra cups, I alternate colors so that way it's a nice layered effect, and then I stitch them on about an inch, maybe a ½ inch apart, so that way it's just not too full, but full enough to where none of the green fabric is showing. Then I put the lining piece right side together with the main piece, making sure not to catch any of the lettuce, which is why you want to make sure that you sew within the seam allowance, and then stitch around that bra cup, turn it right side out, and then top stitch everything into place, the lining and the main fabric, making sure that you don't sew through to any of your lettuce leaves. Hey guys, so I decided to switch the main fabric. So going on from here on out, there will be no more of the silver fabric, but it's the same pattern, so everything stays the same. I just figured that once I was working with the silver, that it probably wasn't going to give silver platter and was going to give more tin foil, and that's not what I wanted to go with. And also, I don't like having to explain my concepts too much. Like, I would hope that you could like tell, you know, like get the vibe. So I decided to go with like a holiday or a Christmas tablecloth kind of vibe to go with the cocktail shrimp. So you will see that now, and hopefully that reads a little bit more clear, and I'll just use the silver fabric for something else. So I'm restarting the video, picking up exactly where I left off with the silver, but in the floral printed Christmas tablecloth looking fabric, and I am working on the shoulder straps. This was the most difficult part of this dress. I know the dress looks complicated, but it's not really. I think when I made it the first time, I screwed up so much on these straps, so do pay good attention to the instructions. Put all of the markings in the same place and take your time. If you take your time, you can breeze through this pattern, but only if you pay close attention. Otherwise, you'll screw up and spend hours on the straps like I did the first time. And I think even the second time I made this, I messed up at least once on the straps. And this time I was able to get it good the first try. Another thing to note is if you have narrow shoulders, then you're definitely going to want to shorten the straps. I did not do it the first and the second time. Gertie's instructions tells you how to adjust it after they're already been made with some elastic, and I just never got around to putting the elastic in. So this time I did remember to shorten my straps, and I got the perfect fit in the end. So keep that in mind, especially because it sits very wide on the shoulders. Now that the straps are together, I turn them right side out, give them a good press, and then it's time to attach it to the main bodice piece. So that's what I'm doing now. After the straps are sewn on, then you can start focusing on adding the bust to this part. At first, when I decided to use this poinsettia fabric, I was a little bit disappointed because I definitely had other plans for this fabric, and I was hoping that I would get 2 dresses, like the really over-the-top one. Well, in fact, I was going to wear this dress in the silver for like New Year's Eve, and then have a different Christmas dress made out of this poinsettia fabric. So the plans changed a bit, and so now this is going to be my Christmas dress. But the more I sew this, the more I'm really starting to like this idea, and it's starting to grow on me because it just makes way more sense than the silver platter idea. So now I'm thinking that I can just make a silver dress for New Year's Eve, just a simple silver dress, and I think it'll be really cute, but I might go with a fitted skirt so it doesn't look wrinkly like tinfoil. Now, in order to get a full gathered skirt, because that's basically what it is that I'm making with this fabric, so I didn't show you the layout, but it's just rectangles and it makes a gathered skirt. So in order to do that, I kind of had to make the skirt against the grain, so the print is directional, but ultimately I felt like it was so busy that it may not have been obvious, and then with all of the gathers it would kind of hide that a bit. So the ornaments on the dress are not in the right direction, but now that I've seen it like all put together, I don't think it matters, so I'm glad that I just went forward with it and made a full skirt, because the other option was to put it straight of green and make it a fitted skirt, but I didn't want to do this again on a fitted dress. I wanted it to be more flowy, like a fit and flare. Plus, I consulted with my friend who thought I should make the hat in the first place, and we decided that tablecloth screams full skirt. So that is how we did it. I'm doing French seams here for all of the seams on the skirt, and then I go in and gather it down with 2 gathering threads. Once the skirt is gathered down, then I attach it to the bodice, and then I hand sew the lining down. For the lining and the breast cups and the cup lining, I decided to just use scrap around the room because I prefer to just use up the little bits and pieces that I have instead of having like a full cohesive piece on like this art dress. And though I call it an art dress, I have every intention to wear it around the holidays as much as possible because I love everything that I make and I feel like it all deserves to be worn. And I love fantasy looks, I love the novelty looks, and I love the more grand, the better. Now, I did say this was last minute, so I truly need to pick up the speed because the shrimp came like a day later than I expected, and I just had to put the pedal to the metal. So after the dress is put together, then I kind of quickly whip up the rest of it, and I don't have detailed filming of it, but hopefully it's self-explanatory, and I'll do my best to explain it as those clips come up. Starting with this tinsel tree as the base of the hat that I got from Dollar Tree last year, I take all of the tinsel garland off and I put that away for next year. I'm sure I'll come up with another project to use it for. And then the remaining lettuce leaves that I cut off, I'm going to use to put on this cage. But before then, I cut strips of the green fabric and glue it onto the cage so that way the spaces are no longer there. I tried to set all of the lettuce in a diagonal so it looks like it's spiraling up the tree, and I add a bow on top. I hot glued pearls to the top of toothpicks, and then I used UV resin to attach the shrimp to the toothpicks. I stuck the shrimp in the hat in a spiral pattern, and then I used hot glue to secure it. I kept a few shrimp for the bodice, and I put them into my nail lamp with UV resin to harden so I could turn them into pins and pop them into the bodice. Now, because these are pins, they're removable, but I can also use them to attach the separate layers of the lettuce together and make sure that none of the lettuce falls forward and shows where I stitched it on. This isn't really going to happen, but I also think that it's really cool that I could take them off and use them for another project. Maybe I come up with another main dress and then I have the same shrimp for another. Like, I feel like the possibilities are endless, and I think it'd be funny for my husband to use it as like a novelty tie clip or tie pin in the future. So I just pop them all on, and I like the idea that they're removable. If you have not already, please consider liking this video. If you've enjoyed it, it would be the most wonderful Christmas gift. Subscribe to my channel if you like what you see and you want to see more of this in the new year. If you'd like to support me any further, you can leave me a virtual tip over on Ko-fi or become a bobbin over on Patreon for exclusive videos and sneak peeks of upcoming projects. Thank you guys so much for sticking it out with me till the end. I think it came out beautifully, and it is very iconic and recognizable. I don't think this outfit needs too much explaining. I am so glad that I changed my mind and went from the foil looking fabric to this more poinsettia tablecloth looking fabric, and here is the final results. I truly do hope you guys have a wonderful and safe holiday season, and Merry Christmas to those of you who celebrate. See you in the next one. Bye.